Crystal, you're right about that. We are going to see a cold night out there. In fact, we have freeze warnings around the Santa Fe area, Sacramento Mountains, and the Gila Wilderness as well, including western sections of Sierra County. Now, as you go up near Raton, along the Raton Ridge and along the I-25 corridor, from essentially north of Las Vegas up to Raton, we have hard freeze warnings, meaning temperatures there mid to high 20s. Now, if you're in the freeze warning areas, right around freezing. So we're about on time for some of this cold air to work its way in. But for now, things relatively quiet across the metro. In fact, satellite and radar are tough to pick up much in the way of clouds at all. We're at 59 degrees here in the city. North-northwest winds at 9 miles an hour across the area and mainly clear skies. Those current temperatures out there at this point, 30s and 40s off to the north, some 50s here in central sections, down to the south, mainly the 50s across the board. And when we throw today's highs in there, you'll see it was definitely a cool day across the board. 55 in Taos, 57 in Alamosa, 55 or 59 rather in Durango, 63 out in Farmington and across the south, 68 Silver City, 70 in Roswell, and 57 in Ruidoso. Looking at a wider view here, a nice ridge of high pressure going to develop and slowly traverse across the southwest here over the next day and a half or 2 days. So as it does that, it's not going to see a whole lot in the way of cloud cover across the area, and those clear skies tonight going to lead to some pretty cold temperatures here across the board, mainly because, again, we're dealing with the clear skies and dry air, and that allows that temp to really plummet. So for tonight, light winds, not a real big deal out there, and temperatures drop quickly across the area. Tomorrow, not going to be a particularly warm day because we're still going to see a relatively steady northerly flow across the area here, and it's not going to lead to a real temperature spike until we get to Wednesday. Then we're going to start to see more of a westerly flow across the area. As that happens, we'll still remain cool in mountain sections, but most areas will go back to mild conditions well into the 70s and even some 80s across the east side of the state, and that continues into Thursday when the warm conditions set back in across the east. We're going to be back into the 80s, so we're definitely going to moderate temperature-wise here, but it's going to be one of these deals. It's going to take another couple of days to really take effect here across the board. Now, as far as precip goes, there's not much that we have to worry about here anytime soon. You can see tomorrow, no big deal. But notice one thing to keep an eye on. We are going to see a few more clouds start to stream their way in by Wednesday. Will it be a big deal? No, but it will be more partly cloudy versus, say, completely sunny. And that's really the only change we're going to see throughout much of the work week. Now, as we get into the weekend, could see a storm system start to approach the area here. We'll see how that shakes out. There's a lot of disagreement on what's going to happen with that, but we'll keep an eye on it for you and keep you posted as we get a little bit closer. But tomorrow morning, as you get up, whether it be Durango, Pagosa Springs, Alamosa, Farmington, Cuba, any of these places, we're going to be nice and cool with temperatures in the 20s and 30s and then warming into the 60s and 70s. Across the southwest looks pretty good here with temperatures in the 70s by tomorrow afternoon. Those temps warming well into the 80s, though, by the end of the work week. 74 in Roswell tomorrow. Artesia at 76 and Carlsbad at 78. The shot at showers does reemerge in the forecast, though, coming up for the weekend and into next week. Up to the northeast, temperatures here going to top out in the 60s and 70s. Lots of sunshine, but a few more clouds for Wednesday and Thursday. Despite this, we're still going to see some warm temperatures. 68 in Taos tomorrow, 65 in the state capital, and 70 in Espanola. We will see temperatures spike in the low 70s by Wednesday in Santa Fe, and then we'll start to cool down again into the weekend with some more cloud cover. 69 in Edgewood, 68 in Tajaras, and 67 out in Mountain Air, and finally here in the metro area. It'll be a cold start, no doubt, 30s and 40s. So if you're taking the kids to school in the morning, bundle them up. They won't need the coats by the afternoon. 60s and 70s with mostly sunny skies. Extended forecast shows we do see a significant temperature jump by Wednesday into Thursday. And then we're going to see the possibility of getting some more clouds in here for the weekend. And we'll see if we can squeeze a shower out of that. More on that, though, as we get a little bit closer. Crystal.
All right, thanks.